You're listening to the Gentleman's Corner podcast, where two men are on a quest to rule the world. Tune in every Monday for a new episode.
Wow, welcome to an episode 13. Sounds like an unlucky time to do this, but we are in an unlucky year.
Why would you say that? Oh,
Oh, what? What? I don't know if you've missed everything that's gone on in 2020, but
man, I remember maybe March, and what month is it now? August. So it's been
August. All that drinking you do, right?
Oh yeah.
I did a horrible pour of my beer. All the crowd, I guarantee that's what the comments are going to be. They're going to be like, you can't even pour a fucking beer. That's what happens when I'm trying to concentrate listening to you and pouring a drink.
That's okay. It happens.
Oh, man. So how's it been?
Good. Time's flying.
Time's flying. Yeah, I'd say. Anything new in the week? Anything new in Netflix? Like I was searching around to kind of see what the big vibe or the big thing is on Netflix currently, but I can't really see anything.
No, I finished Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
Did they? Are they still going?
Season 9. I believe season 9. They're trying to make it, or they're trying to work on it. So
They're trying to work on it due to external reasons, I'm guessing.
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
COVID, they can't really film.
No, yeah. There's a ton of things. Like there's quite a few. I'm quite disappointed because I think I've mentioned it in the past, anyways. But when it comes to the theaters, that's a big thing for me, as well with my partner too. Her and I really.
Aren't they?
They are, but there's like nothing out.
Yeah, just playing oldies.
They're playing, well, oldies, and they're playing like ones that came out, I would say, before COVID happened. So like before March, generally. Yeah. Like when I say COVID happened, a lot of people think like it started in 2020. Well, at least not here, not in like the Americas. It wasn't really prevalent, if that's the right word to use for it. But that's one thing. Fuck, I gotta start using but. I'm using bad grammar whenever I do these podcasts. I find I'm getting lazy. I gotta stop that. Anyways, besides like just downing myself right now, I just feel like being a Debbie Downer to myself today. But anyways, I miss the theaters, and lately I can go back, and the only thing new is some trucker that gets super pissed off at this woman with her kid in a car, and he goes ape shit because she cuts him off or something.
Oh, nice.
Like that, yeah, to me that's nothing like worth running to the theaters right away for.
No, I didn't even know that movie existed, so
I've seen commercials on YouTube. I'm like, and you see like in theaters fucking Friday, and I'm just like, man, this doesn't seem interesting at all. I'm not even sure if this was like a last minute effort of doing this movie. It's the perfect movie to do it in. If you have some guy in a truck and the other actors are in another vehicle, there's social distancing going on.
Unhinged?
Unhinged, yes. Yes. Have you seen any of the commercials?
Nope.
No. I feel like, oh, okay. I feel like, how'd you Google it? Like Mad Trucker?
Trucker movie 2020.
Nice.
I don't think there's many.
I wouldn't imagine there's probably many of those. There's not many movies in general in 2020. Netflix has been having the greatest time of their life, guaranteed. I bet their stocks have gone up. Everything else has gone down.
Oh, there's a horror movie, Rocker the Trucker, also 2020.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well,
Yep.
It seems like we're going into the vehicle movies because, well, it's probably easier to actually film in distance. Yeah. I would imagine.
Next Cars movie's coming out.
Oh, is it Cars 3? You mean the animated series, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that made by Disney? No.
I'm not sure. I know Disney's taken over a lot.
I know Disney's taking everything. I remember I saw this one meme. It was Thanos, and he had all the jewels on his fist, but it was Mickey Mouse with the same thing. But
Oh, that's
instead of
funny.
jewels, he had like Fox. What's cover? I can't remember off the bat the brands that Mickey's taken over. I know they're taking over. They have taken over Fox. Is that correct? Like 20th Century Fox.
Yeah, it's gonna be just one big company by the end of it.
Who else do they own? You want to Google that real quick?
Does Disney own?
Yeah, that's a good topic. Fuck, Mickey Mouse is coming for you. I know they own Star Wars. I know that, but I don't know if you want to call that like a company. It's a franchise.
The list is big. Very big.
Jesus.
Yep.
You know, there's a big... I forget what it's called and what it's about, but have you ever heard of like copyright rights where, like, you know, for instance, Beethoven music I can use on this video and I won't get called out? Because
yes,
it gives me like there's rights I have to using those pieces of work, art, design, music after so many years because the royalties don't go to anyone after a certain amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
And I use Beethoven, but that's fucking hundreds of, like that's so old. But I was gonna say thousands of years. No, not thousands of years. But I know Mickey, like his design came up to a certain point and then Disney did something when it comes to like the laws and how they worked around prolonging it because they didn't want people to take Mickey and the whole gang. So Mickey has a lot of power is what I'm saying. Mickey Mouse will fucking beat down your door if you do something that they don't like.
Man, I don't think I've ever liked that show, even as a kid.
Oh, Mickey Mouse?
No. Pissed me off. Yeah.
Really? Why?
Because it makes you feel stupid. It's like Dora the Explorer. There's an obvious like screwdriver right next to her foot, and it's like, well, where's the screwdriver? Is this the screwdriver? And points at the freaking tree. Like, no, it's a tree. It's not a screwdriver.
And then when Dora finds it, a screwdriver, and then she'll teach you the Spanish word for it, which I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I was gonna try to say it in French, but that's not even fucking close. But yeah, I guess I don't know. I never thought I was stupid, but maybe I was too stupid to realize it.
Well, I grew up on like Tom and Jerry and the Flintstones.
Yeah, I did.
Schwarzenegger movies.
Bugs Bunny.
Yep. They don't make stuff like this anymore, though. They're too aggressive.
Apparently, like I know Fudge. If anyone knows who Fudge, what's his full name? He tries to kill the rat. He tries to kill Bugs Bunny.
Oh, yeah.
Elmer Fudge. Elmer Fudge. I know with him there was controversy with people or parents having issues with kids watching him because he has a double-barreled shotgun.
Yep.
That was apparently a problem. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's a fucking cartoon. It's not like realistic shell by shell shooting Bugs Bunny in the fucking brain and organs are just flying everywhere. It's nothing like that.
No.
And Bugs Bunny always gets away and he usually blows up his shotgun. I feel bad. You know who I feel bad for? Elmer Fudge. You know how expensive it would be to replace that fucking shotgun constantly?
Yep.
I say he's the real MVP. He's the MVP of this video today. oh. And speaking of speaking of the characters, like there's Daffy Duck. And of course Mickey has a duck. A Donald Duck. If that's correct, right?
Yep.
Does that sound about right? Yeah. I know if I remember correctly, like Donald Duck was in the war, wasn't he in like the Vietnam War?
I have no idea. I didn't watch Mickey Mouse.
I'm pretty sure he was, if I recall. Like I'm bound to turn. You want to Google it real quick? Donald Duck in the Vietnam War, because I know there was films.
There's a picture of him, I believe, parachuting.
Oh yeah, he was in the war, or World War II. I don't know which one.
Oh,
It's been forever since I've seen that episode.
there's a little GIF of Donald Duck and has a Nazi book
Oh
right in
shit!
front of him. Yep, can't show
Damn.
those anymore.
Nope, can't show those. You know, it comes back to that culture, like cancel culture, of people bringing stuff from the past to like try to either put them down because they did something back then that wouldn't even be considered today for them to do.
Yeah, not at all.
Yep. He might be wearing a Nazi uniform or something, but I doubt they made him a Nazi.
No, he just had a book in front of him.
Yeah. Even though Walt Disney, I remember reading an article about him supporting the Nazi youth, I think in Germany at the time. But that way, you know, you got to look at that. I'm not supporting Nazis. That's not what this show's about. That's not what we're fucking saying. Before all the fucking rioters out there just attack us. We're not saying that, but I remember reading about it, and it's interesting at the time because I don't know if he continued to support them after maybe some facts came out, because I'm sure at the time not everything was known. The way we learn knowledge now compared to then was vastly different and vastly slow compared to how we learned it now. And you know, and how fast we learn it today is sometimes bad because we don't get all the real news, right?
Yeah,
believe it or not, there is fake news out there.
90% of it.
Yeah, well, especially on Facebook. So, anyways, where I'm going with this is, I know he used to support that group by, I think, charitable donation or whatever, but you know, no one's going after Walt Disney, the ultimate animator of the world for cartoon movies and shows, saying cancel this whole place, fucking bring down Disney World and burn it to the ground. Like, no one's doing that.
No.
So I think people, it comes, like I said, it comes back to that old conversation we had, is there's double standards being met with that kind of stuff. So I don't know how do you feel about it?
It's definitely things. Well, I think it's funny because back in the day, certain swear words were a taboo, but you could say certain offensive phrases because they were correct back in the day or whatever. But now it's kind of flipped. You can't say certain terms because it goes against somebody, but then they slip off certain swear words.
Yeah. No, that's a pretty good way to actually put it. It's funny how tables have turned.
Yeah.
The turn have tables, we say here. But, you know, let's not sound all depressing here. Let's try to look at some. 2020 has been a rough year.
Yeah. We're
maybe it's just,
but
maybe it's just me today, but it's been a rough fucking year. It's been like everything in the book in a way has happened. And, you know, knock on wood, that nothing else like huge and humongous bad happens. But it's been a rough year, and I'm trying to look at the positives lately of what's coming up or what I'm looking forward to, even if they're short term. Like, I'm not looking like years in advance for things. I'm kind of trying to justify 2020.
That's if we make it that far.
That's if we make it that far. Maybe fucking we'll get blown. Nukes will start flying off. World War III will happen, and we're all drafted. I don't know. We'll find out. I feel like I'll be hiding in the woods somewhere.
Yep.
But yeah, I think positive note, PS4, Xbox, the new Xbox. I'm excited for that. PS5, fuck, Jesus, right out of it today.
Are you gonna make PS5 pre-order when it comes out?
Probably, yeah. I'm gonna go. Man, like, I'm not sure if we talked about this in the past. I have both consoles, and I'm, you know, fortunate enough, I built my gaming PC many years ago, I think I'm not even sure if I got you to help me much with it when it came to ordering parts and information, but great thing to do. I think most people that want to get into it, I think buying a gaming PC compared to building it is a whole level you should really go for. I think people should actually build their gaming PCs. I
Except
think
it's
it's
more expensive now, though. It's not
that
like it used to be.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's the problem I was going to bring up. So the problem lately, like when I built my computer about 4 years ago, and I've done just the graphics card update. Really, everything else was pretty good. I'm not going to go into specs about my i5 overclocking and all that kind of stuff, and the number associated with the K. Like I'm not going to get into it. I'm sure if you're a tech nerd out there, you probably know what I'm referring to. But anyways, yeah, building them now. I was thinking about building a really small, kind of not super great gaming PC, but like a really ultra small gaming PC that can do minimal stuff, making sure, like, I don't know, League of Legends, a lot of the old classic games that I have on Steam, kind of like that. Something that was very transportable.
Mm-hmm.
And
Like
holy
a gaming
shit.
laptop.
Yeah, well, gaming laptop. But I don't know. I wanted to challenge myself. And building anything super small is already generally more expensive. But when I got back into looking at computer parts at Newegg, Amazon, um, those are the only two I use now because I used to use, what was the other one that got shut down? Can't remember. Anyways, NGI, I don't know, I was going to say NGIX or something. But anyways, I started looking generally on general parts, not even like ultra mini, like not a small motherboard and stuff like that. And parts have gotten far more expensive, and I was really quite mad about it. I'm like, wow, this is a good way to discourage people from doing that. And I'm not sure if it's the market affecting it when it comes to companies that sell full gaming PCs or full PCs are like, we're losing a market because of the parts. Why don't we just up the price of our parts?
Well, I just think because now you can buy a very good custom built PC. There's like so many more companies that have come out lately that just make them and sell them. And it's just a lot easier. So a lot less people are buying the parts, which it's like buying a standard car.
Yep. It's kind of, yeah, that's actually a good way to put it. Usually you got about 3 makes. I've seen that with companies. I believe Alienware currently does that. I know Asus does that. You can pick from 1 to 3, like low tier, you can do very mild gaming, all that kind of stuff, and all your general needs. And then medium, if you're willing to spend, an extra dollar. And if you really want to spend, a lot of money, you can go with, the golden coin of gaming laptops or gaming PCs.
Well, there's like I was looking at Origin. I believe they make like custom desktops and stuff like that.
Okay.
And yeah, there's a few more that I can't think of.
That certainly helps when people are trying to do a budget. That was the one thing I always found that helped me was keeping to my budget. I wanted to keep at $1,000. I saved that amount. Took me a while, but I got to it, and I said I can't go any higher. I went higher by $150, so it was $1,150 at the end of it all, not including the upgrades I've currently done to it, but it was $1,150 at the time, and that was a pretty good rig. I'm still really happy with it. It's right next to me with a bunch of stickers on it. But I think it's nice when you set a price for yourself, and you can just go on these websites and from lowest to highest price or highest to lowest, however the fuck you want to look at it, you can just look in between the price of what you want and what the minimum requirements you currently want is too. So, yeah, I see the pros and cons to both. Personally, I'd rather have cheaper parts because I think if the parts were cheaper, then I think more people would go the route of building it, and they would still save money.
But for example, that's like, let's say they sold kind of an extreme, but just like all the car parts for super cheap, so you could build your own car. Then you kind of take in dealerships out of the game.
No,
So
that's true.
they make way more money with the dealership than they would by giving you the parts and you building it yourself. Because there's a whole like workload amount that it would take somebody to build it, which adds in the price.
Sounds like a middleman problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. I won't say I've always been about getting rid of the middleman. I've been a middleman doing certain things. And I don't know. Like, personally, I enjoyed, it just comes from a personal perspective. I enjoyed building my gaming PC. I think there's still a market out there for it. And I think it's just kind of a shame that the market has gone up when it comes to building a gaming PC. Because generally, I believe the old thought of a gaming PC was if you build it, it'll be cheaper and you can get better parts. But that mentality is now not really there.
Yeah.
And, I think I'll miss it. And I already have a good rig that I can upgrade. So it doesn't affect me too much. But I know eventually it's going to probably catch up on me once I got to, throw the machine out.
Well,
And
even right now to upgrade, like if let's say you get like a i9,
yeah,
you got to replace quite a bit.
yeah, no. And you got to make sure the motherboard's compatible and all that kind of stuff. So it kind of depends if the whole rig itself is going to withstand the updates. And that's the one thing about computers too is future proofing it, is it suitable for today's gaming or tasks, all that kind of stuff. And I think that's why consoles are still really in place. I'm still a big console man, and it's not just because of the exclusive games, because there's tons of exclusive games on PC. Definitely not going to argue that, and I'm not going to argue like with people about the PC master race and all that kind of stuff. There's tons of videos out there. You can go look at those. But personally, I still prefer the console over the PC, and I think it's just either a really traditional thing that I have inside me, or it's just something I actually do prefer. But one thing I've realized over the years is I went from Xbox to PS4. And the biggest reason for that jump was actually for my friends, because a lot of my friends didn't want to stick on the bandwagon for the Xbox One because in the beginning of its infancy, it was doing really bad. It had a lot of technical issues. I have the day one edition of the Xbox. I remember the amount of problems I had with them. The games weren't really that good. I heard a lot of great things from PS4. I was getting really jealous. All my friends went there. I had no one to play with online. So I got a used PS4. I got it with you, actually.
Yep, I remember that. We talked about it.
Yeah, got it with you. And if I remember the story, I asked the guy, I was like, so why are you getting rid of it? And he said my girlfriend. Remember?
Yep.
Yeah. I always found that really funny. I'm like, oh, your girlfriend doesn't like you playing games. He's like, yeah, apparently I spend too much time in it. I'm like, I really wanted to tell him. I'm like, maybe she's not the one for you.
Or maybe he is spending too much time on it.
Or hey, you know what? He could be a game addict. I
Yep.
don't know. I'm just saying, I know if my partner didn't support me or be okay with me playing games, I'd be pretty upset and it would probably affect my relationship. Honestly, I honestly think so. But that's just me. It's part of my life. It's always going to be generally part of my life. Even when I have a family, I know I'm not going to be into it as much as I can be, but I think generally it will always be in my life.
Oh, I'm the complete opposite. Like I try to go out of my way to play a game or two, and then in about 15 minutes, I'm just so over it.
You get tired of it fast. I know you do.
Yeah.
But you have fun when you play with your friends.
Yeah.
Like Aaron and the crew. And with me, of course. You always have fun with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the times you
Yeah.
invite me, right?
Well, get the fuck online.
Been busy, dude.
Oh, I've been busy, dude. Yeah. Yeah, you're basically an owl, really.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
It's not getting any easier.
No, it's not. But yeah, no. Follow where your friends go. That's my best advice. If all your friends go on PC, save up for a PC. If all your friends go to PS4, save up for a PS4. If all your friends go fucking Xbox, go for a fucking Xbox. That's the rule of thumb I'm gonna follow by. Which is a dead shame because I've been an Xbox guy since I was very young. It's funny because I was a big Nintendo guy too. Didn't go for the Wii. Wasn't really a big fan of that. But the Switch has gotten me kind of interested lately because I got to play with one.
I think they're cool, but there's just
it's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's very expensive for what it is.
It's
and
about.
I don't think the games are too intense at the moment.
No, and for me, the games they produce, Nintendo, aren't really something I would personally get really, really, really into.
Mm-hmm.
I was never that Zelda fan. I was never that Super Mario fan. I played them on the 64 and GameCube, but I didn't really do much else than that. And I preferred the Xbox games over those because I liked shooting games and all that kind of stuff. Halo, of course. Oh, I always have to do that whenever I talk about Halo. And speaking of which, my partner was just playing Halo 5 actually. So if you hear her in the background yelling, don't mind her. Someday we'll have a studio, and we'll still blank out your face.
That's okay.
That's okay. You like that? Okay. Someday we'll have a studio. It's gonna, man. If we ever get to that level, holy shit, will it be funny just to keep you behind a screen or something, just to have your shadow. Yeah.
Like those interview videos.
Oh. Yeah, when they're like interviewing like an ex-con or ex-gang member or like undercover cop.
Fake voice.
Yeah, that'd be really funny. Oh my god. Yeah, that's for the future, folks. But yeah, no, the gaming industry, that's what I'm looking forward to in 2020. I'm hoping it's going to be good. I'm excited for games coming out. I'm excited for the new games, hopefully to come out in 2021. I know we're almost done the year, kind of funny enough, right?
Yeah.
We're on the 8th month. Yeah, we're almost done. I'm excited to get the year over with, to be honest. Because I'm really hoping 2021 will be better.
I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying the cruise at the moment.
Yeah,
getting a lot done.
Fair enough. I got a lot done prior when I wasn't working.
No, I'd say I've been the most productive.
Really?
Yeah. Got a lot of time for myself
yeah, I was really productive with my personal stuff. When it comes to more future development on my side of things, I think it was lacking, but that's near or there to how I can explain why that is. But I'm happy for you. You're an organized man.
I try to be.
And I'm glad you identify as one. I was waiting for you to say something. Well, I think we're going to call it a night here, folks. I think this is going to be a little shorter, but I think we talked about some funny things, told a couple stories. If you're still watching, we appreciate it. Like I said before, we're doing our best to keep this up. It's not like we make money or anything, so it's all pure dedicated volunteer time. We're basically We're not even a non-for-profit. Although we could be if we start getting donations.
I mean, it would be for profit though, because
Oh,
we're,
yeah, that's a
we're the
good
only
point.
ones getting it.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, you ruined it. You absolutely ruined it. Now no one's going to donate.
That's okay.
That's okay. Anyways, see you later, guys.